Let's take a look at how we use DIBELS. We'll look at what subtests are included. We'll listen to a first grader complete his DIBELS assessment. And we'll look at how we use the scores to make decisions about reading instruction. The first subtest is called Letter Naming Fluency. This is for students in grades K and 1. Students are presented with a page of uppercase and lowercase letters arranged in a random order, and they're asked to name as many letters as they can in 1 minute.
E, H, C, V, T, P, D, L, K, V, S, G, M, G, X, I, F, I, B, Z.
This student was able to correctly name 78 letters in 1 minute. The goal at this point in first grade is 57 letters. This tells us that this student is not currently at risk in this area. The next subtest is called Phonemic Segmentation Fluency. It's also for students in grades K and 1. In this subtest, a series of words is orally presented and students are asked to verbally produce the individual phonemes or sounds for each word. For example, I would say sat, and the student tells me the sounds are s, a, t. This continues for 1 minute.
B.
B, E.
Who.
Who.
Say.
A.
On. Said.
Ed.
Came.
A.
Wave.
A.
This student was able to correctly segment 55 phonemes. The goal at this point in first grade is 43. Again, this student is not at risk in this area. Nonsense word fluency is done with students in grades K through 3. It's a measure of the alphabetic principle. Students are presented with a page of nonsense words and asked to either read the entire word, like hap, or produce the individual sounds like h, a, p. There are 2 separate scores for this subtest. They get a score for correct letter sounds and another score for whole words read correctly.
Rit, dot, rin, not, tob, have, tib, mun, hup, rem, nen, him, sub, gan, nem, han, rep, hap, nin, et.
This student was able to correctly produce 122 sounds. The goal at this point in first grade was 52 sounds. This student was able to correctly read 38 nonsense words. The goal was 14, so again, this student is not at risk. Word reading fluency is done in grades K through 3. It measures accuracy and fluency with lists of real words that are out of context.
On, is, by, it, one, for, more, at, but, with, home, bad, own, light, into, again, chain, play, draw, race.
This student was able to correctly read 60 words in 1 minute. The goal was 17, so this student is not at risk in this area. Oral reading fluency is done in grades 1 through 3. It measures accuracy and fluency with connected text. Students are asked to read the passage for 1 minute. There are 2 scores for this subtest. One score measures how many words the student reads in the 1 minute, and the other score calculates how accurate the student was with the words they read.
Jack and his sister were tasted about their names. Jack's sister was named Jill. That made them Jack and Jill. Like in the old nursery rhyme, the other kids thought their names were funny.
This student was able to correctly read 71 words in a minute. The goal was 21 words, so this student is not at risk in that area. However, this student's accuracy score is 84% with a goal of 87%. That tells us that there is some risk for this student in that area. The maze is done in grades 2 and 3. The maze is a measure of fluency and comprehension. Students are presented with a passage that has every 7th word removed and replaced with 3 options. Students circle the word that makes the most sense in the passage. Here's a sample of one page of a story a 2nd or 3rd grader might be asked to read. All of the different subtests are combined to create a composite score. The composite score provides the best overall estimate of the student's early literacy skills or reading proficiency. The first grader we listened to had a composite score of 459. The mid-year goal for composite score in first grade is 389. That tells us that even though this student had one area that showed some risk, overall he's not at risk for reading difficulties. So what does all of this tell us? At this time, this child does not require any additional reading support, and he should be successful with the core reading instruction he's getting in his general education classroom. For more information about DIBELS, check out the Parent Guide to DIBELS that is located on our Pembroke Parent Literacy Padlet, or feel free to reach out to your child's teacher.